live! Fucking on fire under the moon day energy. Actually, I think we're going in some Tuesday energy. I feel the fucking fire and driving. The heat of that planet. What's up, everybody? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, spiritual analyst, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger God, his very first creation in the feminine form. I am Lilith. I'm in my Lilith. Or maybe my Callie. I just got so fucking heated right now. What was it? I was talking to Morgan about my new job. I was like, she's like, something about the job. I was like, did I tell you what happened my first day? I was like, oh, bitch, let me tell you. So I tell her the whole story, right? I was like, no, but let me explain. I was like, what happens your first day at any job, right? What's the first thing you do at that job? What do they have you do? Shadow someone, right? You're supposed to watch them perform the job, and then the next day they watch you, typically, or they'll just throw you into it, depending on what it is, but there's always this shadowing where you learn the position. So I told her how that didn't happen. And then I told her how this, I told her the whole scenario of how this went down. I was like, well, first off, the first day they called me and asked me to work without even scheduling me, which was off of the freaking hiring process that I was trained. According to them, I wouldn't be able to be on site until I finished these 5 videos. In the middle of the 5th video, they called me and tried to schedule me for that night. And I said I was unprepared. And that's what it says. Like, the whole hiring process said, after you complete these videos, they will schedule an on-site walk where you'll go through, you'll meet all of the staff, and you'll do a shadowing session, and then we'll get you ready for your first, your first day. I was like, none of that happened, bro. I was like, she tried to get me in on Saturday, and I was like, or on Friday, and I was like, well, I can do a Saturday. Under the assumption she was going to be there. I was like, that she didn't. She walked me around, gave me some keys, gave me the folders, and took off. So Sunday morning, I didn't feel so good. She called me Sunday evening, as I told you guys last night, after 8 p.m. And I thought she was calling me for a shift. I sent her some text messages this morning. So we're corresponding at 9, 10 o'clock. And she's like, no, I was just checking to see because they said you were upset when you left. I was like, I was very frazzled. I felt unprepared. I had watched all these videos. I just wasn't I wasn't ready for that experience. Either this is the easiest job of my life or and I'm just putting too much on it, or, whatever the case may be. She sends all these messages saying, no, I'm here to support you as the, as the front of the house supervisor, blah, blah, blah. I don't want you to feel like that. Cool. That was this morning. Then at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, she asked me to cover someone, to come in from 3 to 11 for someone else's shift. And I explained to the text messages, which I posted on my freaking community page, that I don't feel that I'm prepared for such things. I don't know the job to do that job. After I had just told her this morning that I didn't feel prepared to do the job. Right? And so I tell her all of this. She's like, this is a great opportunity for you, This could be a job of a lifetime. You know what I mean? You just need to work it right. And, I'm like, did you not hear me? All the red flags that are going on with this place? She's like, nah, you just need to keep it cool, bro. This could be, this could be the job of your life, of your life for you and your children. I said, I don't need a job, bro. I've got a career. And she's like, yeah, but your career doesn't pay. I was like, God, I'm a nun. Nuns don't get paid. God pays for everything. She's like, nah, you're just going to mess this up, dude. You're going to mess this up like you messed up the last job. What happened at the last job? So the last job, the employees were actually on drugs, and they had fucking drug addicts and fucking prostitutes and all kinds of shit going on at this place. Everybody wants to know, where did I work? Public storage. I told you I was a manager. I was an on-site manager, and they came with housing. And I kept it quiet because I didn't want everyone to know exactly what I was doing, but that's what I got hired for, as a site manager. And all of these, after I got into the district, I could work at any of their public storages, right? And they came with housing. But then when I realized what was happening on these properties, the last thing I wanted to do is move my children onto one of these properties where they're literally housing criminals, homeless people, and drug addicts. After they told me that when I got hired that if we had this kind of clientele, I'd have to have conversations. When I tried to, they fucking jumped on me and said, we don't escalate. Meaning there was a culture of, you know what I mean, this. And then when they tried to put me at the federal location, which we know is crackhead fucking central, there's a huge ass tweaker there. And I'm supposed to play nice with her. And I know I'm going to lose my job with this bitch. Okay? So I talk about that. I was like, no, I wasn't going to work in that kind of atmosphere. And she's like, you just need to hold it together or you're just going to ruin, you're going to do this with every job you get. I said, I don't need a job. I'm not looking for a job. I have a career. I have to maintain a part-time job to, you know what I mean, to keep a roof over my head and to keep the bills paid, but this is not my out. You need a job. And I just kind of walked out. And it's like, going back to it, you're telling Lilith to calm down, to shut up, to turn the cheek, to just be quiet when she sees some fuck shit. Now, going back to the text messages, you can see all my professionality other than the, you know, skip of a word. I know how to handle this to where I can cut this deep. And as I had to quit the last job, and that's what I said. Oh, I see this coming. I'm going to get a job, quit a job, and here comes fucking Bobby. Why? It's some weird pattern that happens. It happens. It happened in Oklahoma when I was working at fucking Walmart. It happens every time. It's a stupid pattern with this. I pay attention to patterns. So anyways, going back to it, it's like, are you going to end up quitting this job? If they keep asking, if they keep trying to push me into something that I didn't sign up for, then most definitely. And that's where it is. No, they need you. Exactly. But this isn't what I signed up for. I don't have the time and energy to give no business, run nobody else's business, but the business I'm running right here. I can be a part-time employee under good management and do my fucking job. I was like, she's like, it's 2 days. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I signed up for 2 days, overnight. I went through one and I wasn't sure. And if this is what it is, then fine. But if you go back to this corporation that's spending, you know what I mean, that's charging their fucking, their tenants $8,400 a month to live in this building. Do you think they really are just hiring, they mean to be hiring people off the street and just leaving them unattended in their building with their guests, with just keys and no training? I don't think so, bro. I don't think they really mean for this to happen. And therefore, you know, let's go up the chain. And that's where she said, she's like, you just need to talk to someone and then you could get yourself promoted. You could be, you know, you could have her job. No, I don't want that. Why can't I just work at a place that knows how to work? It's standards, bro. And that's what it is. It's like, this is so unfucking professional. And the very first day, you haven't even hired me and you were asking me about covering other shifts. I was hired for 2 nights a week, and that was perfect, and that's what I sent you in a message today. I told you specifically that those were the days that you hired me for, and that's why I took this. If you're okay with the days and the pay, then we'd like to give you this opportunity. There was no talk of we're going to need you to cover other, you know, this never came into the conversation. And as a matter of fact, the lady that hired me told me I was going to be an overnight concierge, not a front desk guard. So the girl that comes in on Sunday morning, she says it's her 4th day and she's not supposed to be the front desk. She was hired as concierge. She's already being forced to cover other people's shifts. Why is this happening? Well, they're about to have a hiring fair sometime this week. But they're having a grand opening by the 25th and they don't got their shit together. The day I came into for my interview, they were doing a survey of the other part of the building. They had to get their, you know, their permits so they could start moving people into memory care. You're not even ready. You're feeding us all this information about how to deal with these people, but we don't even know how to run the fucking business. I'm so serious. So anyways, I talk about it, and she tries to paint me as the bad guy. And I'm like, first off, she's telling me that I need this, and I need to behave because I need this job. Don't tell me what I need. You need a job, and you'll do anything to keep one, right? No, you won't. And that's where I should have hit her. How many grease monkeys have you worked in across the state? How come you had to quit so many grease monkeys? I should have hit her with that one. But I wasn't ready to. I was just defending myself, not trying to hurt nobody. And this says, I don't have to. I'm not you. I'm not thinking that a job is my only way out. I'm building a career. After I just told her about this instant manifestation of the vision boards. I told her, I was like, dude, I did a message yesterday. And I was like, guys, I just need like a laboratory. I need vision boards to paint all of these timelines out for you. And then I said it today as I was putting my fingers together. I was like, I need something bigger to display this without my fingers. And then they're like, we're going to have a vision board event on the 22nd. What's that? Autumn equinox? 24th, I think, actually. I don't remember. It was in one elevator. I had to wait forever just to catch that elevator to catch that picture again. It just happened today. And that's what it is. It's like, don't fuck with me, bro. Stop fucking with me. I'm not you. I'm not gonna act like you act. I don't accept the fucking fuck shit, bro. I never did. And it's like, she said, this is what she told me, dude. You're telling a spiritual psychoanalyst, this is what she told me. She's like, get you a rubber band and put it on your wrist, and every time you want to say something, just pull it.
What the fuck?
You mean bite my tongue? Like you?
That's something you do to, like, cut yourself.
Just bite my tongue. Just be quiet. Just be kind. Just be nice. Just be pleasant. Just be fake. That's what I said. So I got to dumb myself down for these people? No, that's not what I'm saying. What are you saying? That I need this? I don't need it. That's where you get this fucked up, dude. That's why you guys are in these terrible ass jobs. You need it. You believe that you cannot do without it. She sees this as, this is gold. And that's it. It's like everything that glitters isn't gold. And if you saw the building, you really wouldn't want to quit. You wouldn't want to quit. If you saw it, you'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And it's cool. That's how I felt too, until I realized, oh fuck. I don't know why, you know, in the essence, if this is what my job is, and that's what I got hired for, was overnight. If I'm literally just supposed to stay there, you know, walking around by myself, all alone, in the quiet, making sure everybody's safe, then that's what I signed up for. But all this extra shit that you're talking about, can you come in on a, you know, in the middle of the day and work the day shift, and then, you know, we got all these guests, and I don't even know what happens in that place. Nobody's even showed me, so no, I'm not coming in during the day. I don't even know what goes on during the day. I barely just learned one night here, and you're asking me for too much. And that's just kind of it. It's like, stand on business. And that's what it is. It's like, I didn't need you. You needed me. If there was the lesson, and that's why I said that graduation gift yesterday, it's like higher knowledge, bro. I know the truth, bro. I know my worth. I know why I have to get people out of my life. Because they're trying to take advantage of a motherfucker all the fucking time. It don't matter. They see me as a golden goose. Oh, dude, she's great. She's smart. She's sophisticated. She's pretty. She's creative. She can really build us up. That's what people see me as a build-up to themselves. Bitch, I ain't building you up. I'm about to tear you down real quick. And in the essence, this chick, with the fucking text messages I have alone, will show the lack of professionality, which could, in essence, depending on how far I take it, get her job taken away from her. You're not being a supervisor. These are not the acts of a supervisor. Then you put the cameras and everything in it, how you told me to go grab some food, and you know what I mean? Like, what? They didn't hire you to act like this. And your job as the supervisor is to pick up all that slack. That's what it means. When you know what I mean? When somebody calls out, that's your job. That's not my job. That's your job. You get paid to cover people's shifts. You get paid to make schedules. You get paid to problem solve. You get paid for that. I know what it means to be a manager. I'm getting paid for overnights from Friday to Saturday. That's what I got paid for. That's what I signed. I have a fucking job offer that shows it. This is what I was offered. And when I got here, they pushed on all kinds of other responsibilities. And that's what I mean. It's like, this is a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. Like, please, God, don't make me quit this job. I need this job, God. I need this job. My family needs this job, God. Please, if you just give me a job, God, I will work so hard. Any job, God. I'll do whatever it takes for me and my family. I was raised like that, bro. And to be here at this place and tell you that was wrong, and I don't think like that no more, and no job's going to control me. I've come to offer my services at a good pay, and I'm just here to be a service to you, but you're not going to abuse the service that I offer. And that's really the truth. That's how I get through these so fast. I start in low-key, and I end up management. Why? Because of my integrity and my work ethics, my professionality, my perfectionism, my ability to see and not only see, address an issue with a full, usually, in most cases, with a full follow-up plan. It's like, look, this is a problem that you guys have. I have an idea. I have a way that we can do this. No, we're not going to address this problem. What do you mean? This is a real problem. Fine, I understand if you don't want to address it my way, that my way was wrong, and that's what I said. When I addressed that crackhead about living on the fucking property, and that there were other people on the property, and he was making claims that they were stealing, I started grilling him. And I started asking him, well, you're not allowed to stay on the property like that. We see that you're overnight. How many times have you done it? So I was interrogating him. You're going to have to go back to those videos about 3 months ago. Again, you guys didn't know where I was working. But I was learning it all, and I was implementing it all real quite quickly. But when I got to that part, which was the disciplinary action, like, no. And then I realized, and I was like, I cannot be a Jessica. That's what I learned. I am Lilith, not Jessica. I cannot just sit there and let it happen and not say nothing. You can't tell the High Priestess, the spirit of truth, to not tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. This is a lie. Do you see it in black and white? No, I don't see colors like that. I see it in truth. And so it's like, is she right? Am I fucking up jobs? Yup. But why am I fucking them up? Because I know that I deserve better. And I'm not going to settle. And I'll keep going until I find what's right for me. And this may have been, and that's where we're getting close, bro. And that's how quick I could put it. I told him what I wanted. I wanted to know, oh, just give me a place where I'm all by myself. Nobody bother me. I could just listen to some music, maybe something like security. You know, how about I do cleaning at a retirement home? They took all that together and ta-da! How about this? Oh, she doesn't like it. Is that a problem? Am I an ungrateful bitch? And I tell God, this is stressing me out, bro. This is a challenge. Why did you... I don't feel like this is... I mean, I get you're trying to... I'm learning, and that's what it is. What are you getting out of this job? All those videos, bro. All that information about how to deal with elderly is what I'm getting out of this. And that's what I wanted to learn. I guess subconsciously is how do I learn? And that goes back to where I was talking about these punk-ass songwriters. Know your market. Who are the people? All people. I've got to learn all people. This is a new training course on learning people. But nobody's training me, not even the people themselves. I'm self-taught on this one. I'm taking notes, you know what I mean? And that's it. Nobody else is taking notes. I'm fucking writing pages and pages about all of these fucking diseases. I think I wrote them all down and how they, you know, the brain working. Are you serious? These videos are intense, bro. Let me tell you. Think I'm joking? Look at this shit. The optical lobe, right? This is what that interprets what your eyes are viewing. This is all your brain. I'm taking notes on this, bro. This is your brain. And what parts of it? So your frontal lobe manages sex, judgment, problem solving. The occipit, I can't pronounce them all. You know what I mean? Processes your senses. As these parts of your brain go out, this is what you lose. I'm taking all kinds of notes. And then I was taking notes on freaking Alzheimer's, mixed dementia, fucking Parkinson's, Lewy body, you know, I'm trying to learn shit, bro. Then there's, you know what I mean, reversible dementia, where people just show signs of it that could come from medications, infections, B12 deficiencies, depressions, low blood sugar, thyroid disorder. You know what I mean? I'm taking hella fucking notes, dude. I'm learning, bro. Just not the job. Nobody's teaching me shit about the job. And that's just one page. That was the night I was there watching those 3 videos. I have pages in my Buddha book of that I was taking notes, you know what I mean, while I was here watching these other videos. Because there was tests after. And that's where I told you about, you know, the 7 dimensions of wellness. You know what I mean? And I even took notes on the fucking staff. So the administrator, there's the executive director, there's the business manager, there's the nurses administrator, and then there's the sales manager. Right? And then they talked about the different therapies. They have the physical therapists, they have occupational therapists, and speech therapy. You know what I mean? I had to learn what each of them fucking do. I've been taking hella notes, right? All kinds of notes. The difference between assisted living and independent living. So don't tell me. I know I'm here. I'm here to learn some shit. And yeah, I get paid a couple dollars an hour while I do it. And really, the most important part is this, like these training videos. They're paying me to watch these training videos. God put me here for a reason, bro. And it's not to, you know, it's not to fucking retire at fucking Walmart. You know how shameful that was to me? My whole life, and I'm an overnight stalker at Walmart. Hey, bro, we broke the pride, and I came back home, and I was doing fucking construction cleanup. And I was shoveling snow through the winter. It wasn't shit I wouldn't do for some money. But now it's different. I've learned my worth. I've learned not to fucking put myself in desperate situations, to not dumb myself down and pretend that I'm so desperate for $1. And it really was, it wasn't just desperation, but just the proof, dude. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do whatever it takes. So don't tell me that I need to do this. This is what it takes. I remember God gave me a job. It was so hard. After the first day, I'm sitting in my car, I'm ready to go, and I got Pac and Kobe and Muhammad Ali tell me to quit the job, and I'm crying. I can't do this. I don't do a no-call, no-show. That's so fucking unprofessional. I would never do that. I learned that shit. No, that's not what you do. And I need this job. You just gave it to me. I need this. Don't make me quit this job, God. I need this. As He's showing you, you don't. Don't make me leave this relationship. I need this. No, you don't. These are hard lessons learned, and I can shed a tear for the last time I went through this, but I'm not going to continue this pattern. Will you walk away when you know it's no good? And that's it. I've set the boundaries. Will they keep abusing the boundaries? Do I have to run and blow the whistle and tell everyone this is a shit business? No, I didn't. Last time I tried to quietly text my way out of that job. And I had to literally, you know what I mean, tell him straight up. This is an what did I say? I don't remember. It was in a post. It's in a fucking, and I was on live as I was texting it to the guy. It's like, no. You know what I mean? I can't work in this type of culture. And he even offered to put me in a different location. I was like, no, this is your district. That means that you run this whole district like this. This is how it is. It's like, and you're not trying to replace employees. And that's what happens, you guys. You'll have one fucked up person in your crowd, bro. And that fucking person will poison the whole fucking orchard, bro. And especially, the apple rots from the top. You can't just hold on to people. And that's where that seniority fucked America. They've been here the longest. That just means because they fucking don't have any others. They can't go nowhere. That meant nobody else could climb the ladder. They'd have no new, you know what I mean? It's just that. You gotta pull the weeds, bro. When they no longer, you know, that's why we have these fucked up educators. They don't even like kids, bro. They don't even like them, bro. They start hating them. But they can't quit this job because they went to college and this is all they got. So they take that fucking, you know what I mean? They go in there and they just, you know, you were meant to love kids, not hate them. You lost your passion for what you do. You need to go find something else to do. And that's just kind of what it is. And most of you, you know what I mean? There are those of you that are like, you know, I'll work any job and I'll work real hard for my family. And that's a mentality, but it's based off desperation, dude. It's like, you know, we went back to this. We're like, let's pull out our resumes and let's write down what we really are, what our skills are, what we're looking for. You know what I mean? Our education and some references. Let's put down on a piece of paper a great advertisement of who the fuck we are. Not what we're you know what I mean? And that's what it is. You want to put what you're looking for and what you're offering. It's an advertisement. But when they're, you know what I mean? When you get into the business, and that's what happened with Kanye West. He wasn't holding his side of the fucking, you know what I mean, of the bargain. He wasn't meeting the terms and agreements of this business. And so they had to kick him off the business. Business continues as usual. We're going to have to let you go. And that's where it is. They have to make a decision. You're holding, you know what I mean? You're more weight than you are help. You're more of a liability than you are fucking, you know, useful. And that's really what it is. It's like, you know, that's why they still ain't inviting Cardi B to no fucking red carpet shit. This bitch a liability. And she proves it every time she gets out in public. She can't keep her mouth together and she can't keep her fucking, she's violent. Anybody can piss her off and she's going to ruin our event. Don't invite her. That's your fault, bro. That's you. You put that on you. And you don't like to be judged, but they're judging you off your actions, bro. And that's why you gotta walk with a certain sense of integrity. Like, they're judging me, like, they want me because of how I walk, how I work, talk, and walk. And that's where it is you're worth more. Know your value, bro. Especially someone like if you're old like me and you have a lot of experience in a lot of different fields, you're fucking valuable. These people don't know how to deal with people yet. They've never been cross-trained, or, you know what I mean? They don't, going back to my celebrities, these motherfuckers never even had a job in their life. They have no idea what a back of house, front of house, HR, none of this words mean. PTO, they don't know what none of this shit means, bro. Fucking none of it. They've never even filled out an application. Are you serious? I don't think they would feel comfortable putting their address on a piece of paper. That's how fucking fearful these motherfuckers are. Are you serious? I'm serious, bro. They don't know what a job is. And for people like us that have served our communities, and someone like me that's multicultural, that can, you know, that have worked in different demographics, from anywhere from California to Oklahoma to Colorado to Florida to, you know what I mean? I work with different types of people. I'm a people person. I'm very adjustable. So I'm great for customer service because the customers need to be served, and there's a variety of them. I know how to read and relate with a variety of people. There's people that go to college for this called hospitality. They learn how to deal in the field of customer service. You have to understand how to deal with people. And that is my strongest trait. You can't be trained in what I do. And that's years and years of dealing with all types of people. Being able to have a conversation with executives and directors, to having a conversation with crackheads and fucking children. You know what I mean? Being able to, you know, blend. So don't tell me, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's like, who are you telling? Who are you preaching at? And that's what I kept saying. You're talking to Lilith. You're not talking to Lisa. And I was like, I'm a priestess. There is nobody that can do what I do. I've been trained in this for 3 years. I'm only getting better. Oh, it doesn't pay. Thanks. Does that mean I'm not powerful? Does that mean I'm sorry, I am less than because I don't have, you know what I mean, more money for what I do? I'm not like these fucking tarot readers either, trying to fucking make $1 out of my skills, out of this. Anything I do for God, bro. I took this job because God said. I apply to jobs because God says. I do what God says. I'm not dependent on myself. And that's something you guys are not going to get until you start depending on God yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it is a long battle fought to come to this place and tell you, if I have to, I will. And that's me being the master of detachment. Knowing better. I know that this business shouldn't be run like this. I know they don't run these fucking, this is a new one, but I know they don't run them in Florida like this. They got them in, what did they say, Florida, Virginia, Washington, a couple other states. But Colorado's, you know, this is the newest one. And it's like, I know they don't run these like this, bro. If you did, you run them straight into the ground. In order to have, you know what I mean, good business, you have to have good workers. And this isn't good business. And this is the type of shit that gets me, you know, as I said that, I was like, I did the same thing to Terrell. And that's what fucked up my music career, or why he tried to. I was like, this isn't good business. I was like, are you going to pull this move over $25? You're going to burn me and my understanding of your business moves over $25? And that's it. And I had nothing nice to say. I was like, dude, he burnt me for $25. What happened? He signed me up for, what was it? I don't really know what it was. Some kind of function, some kind of showcase, I guess it was. He was like, this will be good for you. You know what I mean? It's $25 to get in. It'll be a bunch of artists. You know, you'll get to perform a couple songs. And, you know, this is a good networking because everybody goes live. So they're, you know what I mean? Their following will get a view of you and your following. And it's just a great vibe. Cool. So I sign up for it and I show up to the studio and it's me and 3 other artists and nobody there to run this and it never goes down. So I send him some text messages while I'm in the studio with Tree and Hana and Raj, and I'm like, hey, I'm not sure, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody else is more mad than me, but I'm going to need a refund for this. He's like, There's no refunds. I was like, bro, you signed me up for something that didn't go down. There was nobody to run it. This was yours. You know, he's like, well, you're going to need to talk to Mike about that. I was like, bro, I cash apped you, not Mike. This was your function, and you're actually shooting a video in Arizona. I'm going to need that $25 back. It's like, I'm not going to refund your money. It's like, you're going to burn me. I was like, this is just bad business. This isn't how business is done. And he got so mad about that he got caught up in, you know, burning a bitch for $25. And it wasn't just me. I was the only person that asked for my money back. He set up 4 other artists in that room. I met a couple of them. We were smoking weed downstairs, and there was this other one. Whatever she was. He, they. They. Really, they are they. So saying she was disrespectful, I was like, that's why I said they, and corrected it. But anyways, it's like, I was the only person to ask, and you want to act funny with me over $25? I was like, I was like, how can you be a fucking businessman, and this is how you handle business? And that's when it got personal, because I disrespected him about how he handled business, and I called him out on it. The same thing happened with Ameezy. I paid him to be part of my music video. He didn't show up for the first one, or he didn't show up. So, or he says he's going to, and the day of, he's like, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. I was like, I don't really say too much. And I was like, okay, I had a performance coming up, my first performance, and it was with, you know, Hypnotic, and that's his boys. And I was like, well, if I could work it out with Hypnotic, I was like, how about, you know, that extra money I gave you, you could just come and, you know, perform this song for me. It's New Year's night, it's downtown, it'll be great. He's like, and he liked the song. He's like, you know, I normally don't do this, but because those are my boys, yeah, I'll do it for you. And then the day of, he's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I was like, but what about the money I gave you, bro? And I don't remember exactly what he said about it, but that was it. I was like, and he burnt me for, I think it was like $200. Really? Mm-hmm. I was like, you guys are pathetic, bro. You're fucking pathetic. And then I told off fucking Mike in the studio. I was like, you get all these artists in here, and you fill them with all of this shit. Then you fill them with drugs and fucking alcohol, and tell them their dreams are gonna come true here, and you're just trying to fuck them. Like, literally, all different types of ways. If it's a female, then you're fucking cheating on your girlfriend, your wife downstairs in the fucking, you know, in the basement, in the dungeon with these bitches, all Kelly style. Or, you know what I mean, you're just trying to rape and rob their dreams because they want to become artists. And you're over there, you know, putting up pictures of all these people that you know. It's like, you're a lie, bro. You're a fucking cheat. I told him all that, right? The very next day, God drives me. He's like, it's Hannah's first single release. Go celebrate for her, because nobody will. And then I find out it's Raj's birthday. So I can't celebrate one without the other. So he makes me show up with 2 cakes and happy birthday. And guess who answers the door? Fucking Mike and his wife that I just, the night before, told him he was a big-ass cheater, told the whole internet he's out there fucking all this shit. He doesn't know what I'm going to say when that door opens. And I just give him some cakes and tell them congratulations. They're so confused. They're so confused, and I'm just doing what God says. It's like, I'll fucking rip your ass up right now because God said, and then I'll fucking come back and build your bitch ass up again tomorrow because God said. I just do what the fuck God said. God's plan. You want to make everything, you want to make everything work. I really want to. I get mad at myself when I can't make things work. What's wrong with you? Why can't you just make it work? Because it doesn't work, bro. Why do I gotta work so hard at something that doesn't work? Do you listen to the words? Make this work. Why am I out here to fix everything that doesn't work? Why don't I just destroy it and we start something new? Why do I gotta work something that doesn't work? This is a non-working relationship. This is a non-working friendship. This is a non-working, business. This is a non-working organization. Going back to it, it's like you think that I really enjoy God running my mouth as a loudspeaker and standing up for everybody and all of our rights. You really think that I just love this. I'm forced into it. I gotta do the right thing. You don't know what the fuck it means to stand up for yourself. You don't know what it meant to be Rosa's Parks and know that you're going to catch one for this. You're about to break the rules that nobody else breaks. because you think these are stupid rules and somebody needs to stand up. You have no idea what it means to be me. And that's why the universe loves me, because there was no other being like me that stood up and said no. The goddess of rebellion. I don't rebel just to rebel. I get where she's coming from. It's like, dude, just stop fucking up your jobs. That's how people look at me. It's like, this is your fault. I know what I'm doing. Do you know why I'm doing it? Because of my standards, my morals, my integrity, my values. I'm not doing it because I'm weak. I have to be so strong to stand up to the people I love, bro. My friends, my colleagues, anybody, this business. You know what I mean? I had to be so strong and fearless to stand up to the people that have the keys to my roof and tell them, you're not running this business right. And, put down the fear of the retaliation that if I say this, they're going to throw me out. If I do this, they're going to harm me and my children. That's what keeps you muzzled, bro, is fear. You're so afraid to stand up for yourself or anyone else, bro, because you know if you speak up, there's consequences. And you don't know what they are, but you're terrified. I am too. I'm human too, bro. I don't know what's going to happen when this shit comes out my mouth. And I'm sitting there the whole time, God, please don't make me, bro. You think I could just hold it back? I wouldn't be what I was if I could. I never could hold it back. Jesus has taught me how to filter it through kindness, and that's the only thing I can do. I don't stop being me. I be a kinder version of me, a better version of me, but I don't stop being me. And that's where it is. You don't not say something, just say it better. You don't know what it means to have to stand up all the time. Because you're always sitting down. It's not... I cried about this. I wish I was you, Jessica. I'm so grateful to meet a person like you. But I can't be you. I can't just turn everything off to what I see and hear and not say or do anything. I'm not built like that. Since the day he built me, bro. The whole universe never expected that I would say no. No, nobody, nothing had ever said no to God. Or to his, to his world. And, I come from a place where I was begging for... that's the twisted part, is I gave up my life. I gave up my job. I gave up my house. I gave up all my security. And as soon as I gave it up, all I did was try to get it all back, which is I just wanted another job. I just wanted another house. I just wanted more security. And that's that tower card, that second phase where the ego, keeps persisting. And it's like, you think that you've done it, but you're not. You're still suffering from this, the chase. I'm going to show you that that's not how it works. That you don't have to chase your dreams, bro. That it's not, that you're not God, and that you're not... In essence, you look at me and you're like, if you don't get this together, you guys are going to be poor and homeless forever. You look at it, it's my fault, and if I don't do something, I'm going to make this worse. I'm trying to teach you that's not how it works, bro. That doing the right thing, everything will be all right. You're gonna suffer for being the one. You're gonna struggle being that one to set the precedent. You're gonna be the one that, what I mean. You're doing all the hard labor to build this path that nobody's ever seen. You yourself don't know where it's going, but you're building a path. Of, what I mean. And that's it. I'm leaving one hell of a fucking paper trail, which is video documentary of how to find it. Which is what? God. How to find your way back to his graces, bro. Where you literally leave you go back to the Garden of Eden and you let him take care of you. It's things like that you want to go back and say, you're crazy. Are you kidding? I'm not crazy. We dealt with the levels of what deemed me as crazy, and we deal with them as they arise, which is just, I've never been crazy. Emotionally unstable is what you see. There was never, I mean, other than my mind, you know, the split, the altered egos. You guys exhibit them just as much as I probably did. And that's why nobody recognized. You can't tell, you know what I mean, a person with altered egos. And yet, they're all around us. How many does Marshall have? How many do you have? How many people do you switch up into in different environments? You become something else. Another part of your brain takes over, and you act differently. You speak differently. You dress differently. You become something different. And that part of you always is there for those, you know what I mean, to play those roles. Don't. And going back to it, why am I emotionally unstable? Because I repressed every visual of fucking pain and suffering. And all the emotional pain. I was, you know what I mean? I turned off to it. I just didn't allow it to process. It's still all built up in there. So crazy, no. And, you know, going back to your spiritual psychoanalyst, no, I'm not crazy. I'm trying to show you something you've never, that's in all the books, but you just don't believe. I'm trying to show you how to believe. Three years. I mean, how many jobs did he give you? Not many. God giveth, God taketh. And that was it. They'd call me and I'd be so excited. I'd post it. I'm like, dude, God gave me a job for the night. And then I see it, and I'm standing there, I'm with the dog, and I'm getting ready to go to work, and the Holy Spirit says, why are you going to work tonight? Because God gave me work. Do you need the money? No. Are you desperate? No. Then why are you going to work tonight? And it was just a test. And it was freezing. Obviously, the work was snow removal. And I had never, you know what I mean, not told them no, but by that time I'd gotten stronger about it. And I started telling them no. And then it took a long time, and I got this next job, and it was hell. It was fucking hell for me. And I'm like, come on, dude, please, God, please, why can't I make it through 1 week? I was never supposed to. I was never supposed to make it any longer than I did. And that's where it is. It's like, did you ruin this? Yeah, I did. Why? Because it didn't work. Oh, you gotta do the homework. So, self-sabotaging can look different ways to different people. And it's just, you know, walking away. It doesn't always have to be painful. It only becomes painful when you're super attached. And you're attached to an outcome, and that's what it was. Why it was so hard to walk away from that job? First off, it was my first job, and in my mind, I needed this money, and this job would lead to housing. This was going to open up bigger doors. So I needed to make this work to open doors for myself. In my mind, it was like, this is what was going to get my housing. But that wasn't true. I could have got, you know, I can get housing without that. But I narrowed my mind into, I had to do this to get that. Really? Yeah, some videos. And that's where it is today. She's narrow-minding me, saying, you have to do this to get what you want. And that's why I looked at her, what do I want? She's like, you need money. I just need God. He takes care of all my needs, and it's not, and that's what I talked about all today. It was like, it's not about having money, having your needs met. You having money lets you have the control of meeting your needs. That's great. But just knowing they're met is fine too. I don't have to pay for my dinner. As long as there's dinner fed, I don't care who pays for it. Whereas before, no. I'm in a unhealed place and I want to go on a date with Allie, but I don't have a job to pay for us. That's my mentality. Do you know how fucking warped that is? I'm literally like, I feel like a loser because I can't ask him to go on a date because I can't pay for my half. Or even his. Ego. Programming. That's how I was raised. That's what I believe. That was my belief system. I've had a lot of unhealthy belief systems, and that's what we deal with around here. And we talked about that all this morning and last night as the tower. It's like you come to these realities of what the fuck was I thinking, bro? Why did I think that way? And when you get to it, it was fear, desperation, a need for acceptance, pride, ego. You needed this to feel good about yourself, and that's what I told God in Las Vegas. I need this, God. I need this to feel safe. I need this. And then to come from that place, and this was literally a year ago, you guys. I got back to Colorado right before Halloween. You drugged me all over, dude. I left Colorado in September, or in the beginning, the end of September, because that was the end of the camping season. So for 3 weeks in October, a couple of weeks in September and October, he took me through fucking New Mexico, Arizona, fucking Nevada. Well, I just drove through New Mexico, but he took me to Arizona. I spent like a couple weeks there. And then I went to Nevada and I spent like a week there. And then I was home. And that cry was like, I can't do this, God. I can't just be your priestess. I need this in my life. It's all in the videos, bro. Go back a year ago. I need this. I need to work. I need to have some sense of control. I need this to feel safe. And that's what I told you a week ago. It's like, this is what God gave me this because he knows I need this in my life to feel like I have some sense of control. So he gave it to me. He was like, oh, you need this, huh? Here. And that's where it's like he gives you the plate full of what you asked for. And you eat off of it until you realize I don't want any more. And you give it back to him. I was wrong, God. And that's me, I can remember crying when I finally gave up the twin flame. It's like, God, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why. I don't know what man I need or want, or I don't want to do this anymore, God. You pick who the man is for me. I'm tired of trying. And that was the ego. By that time, I was so tired of fighting my mind. This guy's a good guy. He's not a good guy. They're not good. Nobody's good. They're not good enough. Nobody will ever be able to be good enough for you. Like, alright, I'm done. And that's where it is. It's like, I'm not giving up my job. I'm trying to keep my job and do my job. I need a little bit more understanding of what my job takes, but I'm not doing anybody else's job. And that's what it is. That's what happened at the last place. I didn't have that problem at fucking Walmart. They were strict to the bone, bitch. They were strict. No, according to theirs, you're fired. That's 3 points. You're out. Oh, fuck. I fucked up my fucking points. And that's what happened with that. And then when it wasn't the point system, why did I quit Walmart? It was my period. I had to. Even Mr. Plum's like, maybe you should just talk to someone. See if, they'll be understanding. I was like, Mr. Plum, nobody's making exceptions for fucking periods at any corporation, bro. You know how many women work at a corporation? If I'm on my period, so is everyone else. It was really physically, I couldn't do it. I was hurting. I was doing, manual labor at night. And, when I have a period because of all the sexual abuse, I just want to rip my uterus out. It hurts so bad to just lay there in it, let alone be lifting boxes and going upstairs and, all of that up and down activity. I was killing myself, bro. And I had to literally cry and accept that I'm a girl and I can't do this job. But it didn't stop me from shoveling snow. And that's where it is. I've learned a lot to like, all right, don't push yourself till you're crying and begging God to rip your body parts out. Don't do this. If you know this hurts you, then stop doing this. And that's where I was like, okay, I could do this probably. I could sit here on a period overnight. And that's where it is. I have to make accommodations to my situation. Are you disabled? I don't know. Do you think they'll give me a check for it? When you say disabled, that means you're incapable of doing any task of this world, and that the government needs to take care of you. Do you think I can't find a way? Yes, it's going back to all that. So this was a huge teaching on lessons learned, and it was just a shitty conversation. Me and Morgan just have these heated-ass conversations right in the front door. Right in the fucking front door in front of everybody, where I gotta fucking fend for myself and tell, stand up. I don't sit there telling her you're wrong and you're dumb. I'm like, that's not who I am. I'm different. That's not how I operate. I'm different. And everyone's always trying to tell me how to be someone else. Why can't you just be like other people? That's not what they say, but they're basically, and that's why I was like, that's what you're saying, right? I just need to dumb myself down to keep this job because I need this. My family needs this job. God tells me when to shut my fucking mouth. He tells me when to open it. He tells me when to walk away. And he tells me when to stay. You know, you've seen me walk away from a lot of shit, but you don't know how bad it was with, like, Russ. I couldn't walk away. He wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me get away. I couldn't run away from this. That's the twin flames. I can walk away from everything, but I can't walk away from them. There has to be something I can't get away from. That's why I'll sit here crying. It's like I've done everything. Every trick in the book, bro. Even magic. To get this off, you know? And it's like you just want to get away from this experience, this lesson, this challenge. Maybe. But that's it too. It's like, you know, you learn stickability. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to, you know, and that's where Kobe comes in. You want to talk about why you walk out of every relationship? Yes, Kobe. Because they're not working. It's not worth the fight. I don't want to fight for relationships. He wasn't mad at me for that. He just wanted me to say that out loud. He wanted me to face my shadow. Why do you keep leaving people? Because these people can't stick it out with me. It's always a fight. Every time I open my mouth, they want to argue. They want to fucking, you know what I mean, dumb me down. They want to control me. They want to limit me. They want to tell me how to act and what to do. That's what I said to her. You're talking to Lilith, bro. Don't tell me how to act. Don't tell me what to say. God Almighty couldn't tell me what to do with my life. You think you're gonna? And I am only here to listen to him this life, not you. Never would listen to you. In essence, I didn't listen to anything in this universe. And I want to go back to it. I made a huge video about, all this weekend was about mothering. And I told you, I was like, I am the mother. I didn't have a mother in the universe. I was all alone. I was his first child. And without a father, I was fucked. I was made to be the mother for his children. This is called the Book of Lilith. I'm going to read this, and you can read it. Read along with me. Lilith, the long-haired she-demon of the night, flies through the Sumerian, Babylonian, Assyrian, Canaanite, Persian, Hebrew, Arabic, Totec mythology. It is said that Adam's original consort was Lilith, and she represented the first Eve, or the woman who tempted Adam with the apple from the tree of knowledge. Lilith is many things. She is seductress, a child killer, an evil energy. Lilith is also one of the essential motherless forms of the feminine self, and arose as an embodiment of the neglected and rejected aspects of the great goddess. Lilith is a Dhamma, and the part of the self today women need to reconnect with in order to no longer be spiritually outcasted. No other demon has a history as long or fantastic as that of Lilith, the queen of demons. Now and it's just talking about it. It's like, you don't know who I am. I keep telling you, and maybe I'm confusing you with all the layers of my being through time. But every video I tell you I'm Lilith reincarnated. And all my, evolved forms too. I take all of that and I evolve fully into the final, life. But it's like, I find the way. And I show you the way. The way that nobody's ever been. Why? I didn't have anyone. Adam and Eve still had God breathing down their fucking neck. They had the Watchers, they had everything on top of them. I just went wild in the universe. I was, you know what I mean? The orphan child for sure. But that was the thing, is like, watch her. Just watch her. Just keep an eye on her. That's all they were called to do. Nobody was allowed to do anything to Lilith. Just keep an eye on her. And they watched with great amazement, because nobody had such freedom. Nobody in all the universe up until me had freedom. And what did I do? I gave that freedom to fucking Eve, my sister. To be free. What did she need? To be free of Adam. He controlled her, as he would have done to me. But what did she do? She gave him the fucking knowledge too. So now he became her God, and they were cut off of God. Which was just, that was it. What is the sin? Not doing what God said? Did you ask for forgiveness and go home? Jesus said we could. Somehow we didn't get that message. 26 fucking 100 years later, we're still telling the same message. Jesus said we can be forgiven and just go home. Jesus said we can be forgiven, bro. And that's what it is. It's the end times. If you want to accept his message and be forgiven for your sins and walk free of them, you have to do, atone for them. Stop fucking doing them. Heal those that are still suffering from what you yourself have overcome. And you go home. You know what I mean? Clean yourself up, grab some people, and come back home. Make sure you bring some people back with you. Bring some of your friends. I want to meet your friends. Some shit like that. Happy family type shit. Sort of. That's why God's like, nobody has ever been able to avoid the serpent's tongue. He knew exactly why he sent me. And that's it. At the end times. And I was in the beginning and I was in the end. And you want to go back to it. Who is it? Fucking shit. Genesis chapter 1:27. And God made man and woman. Then you jump into Genesis chapter 2, and he says, it is not good for man to be all alone. I shall make him a helpmate. I disappeared from the book. In the beginning, there was man and woman, but then all of a sudden, by the second chapter, there was only a man, and he was made a woman from his rib. It's in the book. Now go to Revelations chapter 11. The woman that shall bear the two witnesses, the woman that conceives during this time. I'm here, bro. I can't make you believe. I show you all the time everything, and you still can't believe it. I don't know. It's your mind. Which part of it? I don't know. The frontal lobe is what they're telling me. Come here, let me flick your head a little or something. Did you have a head injury or something? Why is this not processing through your head? And that's what I'm learning about this. Is like I'm learning the processing system of the brain through this job. Meanwhile, it's challenging my brain. This is not how jobs work. All right, whatever. This is what I got to sit through to get the good shit. What's the good shit? The knowledge, bro. Am I getting any? I mean, I get to tell people. I get to put that on my resume now. That I've worked in a healthcare environment, and that I've also done security. But what am I really getting out of it? You know what I mean? That's really what it is. Titles. I'm getting more out of this than what I signed up for, and that's what it is. But I'm not giving you more. And that's where she's like, no, you could go in and get, you could make this the dream of your, the best job of your life, and work 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week. When am I gonna have time for my kids or for fucking priesting, or anything? There's a reason they call it a full-time job, bro. It takes up all your time. How much are they paying you to take up all your life? All of your life, bro. They're taking it. When's that retirement plan? They took all your life, so they're supposed to give you life at the end. When do you get that back? What's that number look like? How much is your life worth? How much did you sell your soul for, bro? Your freedoms, your expression, your joy, your passions, your integrity, your truth, your happiness. How much did you sell that for? What's your hourly going rate there? I wanted to call you prostitutes. Like, how much do they pay you to take your life from you? Nobody's paying me to take my life. You can pay me to give you some life, but that's it. You're not taking shit from me. And that's where you need to learn. This is a hard lesson to be learned. All the way around at 59, it's an hour. I didn't pull out one card. I could pull out a card. Watch this. Come here, CJ. Come pull a card. You can tell me my son's magical or just God speaks. He's pretty magical. No, not the first card. That's cheating. Pick one from somewhere in there. What'd you get? Oh my God, he did it twice. You're not allowed to pick no cards no more, dickhead. What is it? It's reality, bro. It's an aha moment. I never saw it that way. bet you didn't. I didn't either. Seeing the truth isn't easy, bro. And processing it is twice as hard. But then you get to this point, it's like, I've played this before. I know what God's doing, bro. And that's that pattern recognition and reprogramming. God, you keep doing this. Why do you keep doing this? So you can learn the real lesson. And I learned the lesson. So what comes next? A blessing. Meaning that I can just do my job in peace, hopefully. Hopefully. You know what I mean? I don't want you to call me and ask me to be an assistant manager. And MIT, I don't want to run anybody's business for you. I've got a whole business that I'm running on my own. And I made that very clear. Do you want my business card? I have one too. I'm running a whole business corporation of something that's never been done too. State of the art. Healing center, just like you, bro. I can't give you, you know what I mean? I can give your healing center some information like yours is giving mine. We can, you know what I mean? We can collaborate, but I can't give up my dream for your dream. It's not my dream to, you know, be the face of your business. Know that, working ants. You need to work. You know, you need to be productive in this world because you have a helping hand to give. But don't let them chop your fucking knees off and your hands and hold you, you know, scalp your fucking dreams from you. You know, if you keep doing this job, you're not going to have no freedoms. You're never going to have time to go out on a vacation with your family. They don't give you the days off. They're never going to give you the days off. So that means you're sacrificing years of adventures with your family for this business. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, you can't call in a mental health day. They don't acknowledge that you're not mentally capable of doing your job. Then, you know, they don't know what it means to work hard. Just shit like that, bro. I'm here to change it. We're going to break these things down, these structures, of these ways of thinking, and these ways of working. And that's it. It's like going up to the top. I've watched all of these introductory videos. This is not how this business is run. Either they're lying to me, or you don't meet their standards. And that's where it came down to it. And if you're a business owner, you need to audit your people, bro. You really want to know who that fucking person is that nobody likes to work with and get rid of them so that people could have some ease when they come to work. You really got to know who's stealing your fucking out of your fucking kitchenware and who's taking bathroom products. Who's lying about their fucking production and who's sitting on the internet all day when you're paying them to do work. Why? Because you're, in essence, you're employing people as helping hands to help your dreams come true. And they're shitting on your dream. They don't have the vision of what your dream is. And that's where I'm at. I'm like, I see what you guys want to do for this, but this isn't, I'm not doing this for you. And you want to hire the people that see your vision and want to be part of your vision, that can see the growth in this. And that's where she is like, I see this as a golden egg and one hell of an opportunity. They're hiring, you want to take the job? You can work the 3 to 11. Tell me how it works during the day. No, they're not going to hire you with tattoos on your face. I don't think so. Can you put on those golden high heels? Because you're going to need them to get through this interview. You're going to need a certain level of sophistication, and I assure you that's what they hired me for. Appearance and sophistication is what got me this job. And my resume. How's yours looking these days? And that's it too. It's like people, you know, in essence, it's like it's a little bit challenging, a little bit new, but it's not something I can't do. And if that's all it is, it's like if I'm literally only there to babysit overnight, then that's God doing me a favor. And I'm cool with that. But if otherwise, you know, sacrifice, bro. I'd have to sacrifice this for that. And her idea was like, well, this doesn't make you money, so you better put this away. Yeah, that's what they tell every artist. You're never going to get rich doing that. Nope. I've accepted that. I'm okay. As long as we're fed, my kids have a future, everything we're taken care of, I don't really give a shit what's in my bank account. It's never stopped me from fucking, you know, having a pack of cigarettes and fucking providing for my family. It's never ever been an issue. It makes me feel scared when there's no numbers in there, but I've already worked through this. He did that for the first year and a half. He made sure there was nothing in there ever. And then he would just magically put thousands of dollars on all kinds of weird cards and shit. I have all those videos to prove it too. How'd you get here with no money? God? God doesn't come in the form of money. You can send love and money, like your grandma. I'll send you like $10 in a Christmas card or some shit. And actually, that was one of the best ones. I'm going to leave on this note. I got to Mr. Plum's house. Again, the sheriffs and all of their little people bagged up all my shit. So I'm in the night snowy. It's a snowy night. And I'm just grabbing black trash bags of what I think is all of our stuff. And I hope to God, I can't fit my whole house in my car. I fit as much as I can in that car, dude. And I leave and I drive to Oklahoma. There's no coming back. If I forgot something, it's gone. The tweakers are taking this all night long. They already got into it. I get back and I've got my pictures and I got all this stuff and I don't know. One day me and Mr. Plum are going through, I'm showing him old pictures and I find a wedding card. A card that was given to me for my wedding as a wedding gift. And we found $20 in there. And I look at Mr. Plum and I'm like, wow. And it made him go look in some cards and he found some money on one of his old Christmas cards. And I was like, man, I really needed this. And I looked at it and I was like, you know, I haven't had money for a long time and I just got $20. And I asked myself, I was like, you know what? All I really want is not to cook dinner tonight. I'm tired. I just don't want to cook dinner. So I took that $20 and I said, Mr. Plum, let's go to Taco Bell. I said, are you sure? I said, Mr. Plum, all I really want is not to cook. A good meal will make me happy. We didn't have it before. Let's use it for what will really make us happy. And that's what I did. And you know, and he watched it. He watched God just, you know, pour in on me, and everybody did, but they didn't understand it. I don't know if they cared to see that this is God. This is how he works, bro. Don't worry about it. He's unlimited in his resources. And it's not always money. He knows that money makes you, you know, makes you feel all stupid. So he don't want you to fucking be all boosted up with money. It's like more money, more problems. The more I give you, the stupider you act. I heard Kanye act more stupidly. That's pretty much what happened to Kanye. The more money he got, the more dumber he got. It's like when you were better when you were broke. That's what everybody says. I liked you better when you were humble. I liked you better when you were just a normal fucking person. Now you think you're so fucking better than everybody. Lewis doesn't... He's very high in his insecurities. That's why he dresses to, you know, like nobility. But in essence, now he's very insecure about, and that's Marshall, they're very insecure about being accepted. You know what I mean? They come out like, you better accept me, but it's just a facade. That's not really how they are. They're hopeful that you'll accept them. And they're on edge that you're not, and that's Marshall ready to snap off on the mouth, or Lewis ready to walk out the, you know, the room. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't like me, I'm not good enough, fine, I'm out. We have some really twisted, you know, ties. The ties that bind us. Fucking shit. Knots around, nooses around our neck. But it's not that he thinks he's better. They don't think they're better than people. Marshall's trying to prove that he is, lyrically, but he doesn't think he's a, you know what I mean, a better type of person. And Lewis either. It's like, you know, but at the same time, his status quo won't allow him to come to the real people. And that's his own, you know what I mean, prison that he's built. He's around fake people, like Kanye, at the fucking Met Gala. Oh, God, I gotta sit at a table with these people and pretend not to eat. Have a conversation with these deadbeats about fashion and money. Stupid. I don't want to talk about this. Talk about clothes. Lewis can't wait to talk about fashion. Really, Lewis, do you really care? Are you like, do you have like fabric options? Do you know the names of them? Do you know the cool names of colors and shit? Silks and linens. Do you know the difference between spandex? I'm looking for a particular type of design. Just kidding. God made a whole design for you to come over here and put on. But going back to it, no. Don't. I get it. If you have that mentality, you need to break out of it like I did, and it's a very painful break. Breaks your fucking ego. And, yeah, it breaks your pockets. It's not gonna break you. Did you die? I mean, fuck. My ego did. My pride did. My fucking... I feel very embarrassed and humiliated. And that's what those moments are. And the only reason you feel embarrassed is because somebody saw you. You wouldn't feel humiliated if nobody saw you. And that's why you try to hide things. Oh, if nobody knows, then nobody's going to make fun of me. No, I'd be out there, oh, God, yeah, you're going to make fun of me. That's it. Fucking Bobby called me. Oh, man, did you just call me after I quit a job and I'm a loser again? And that's where I realized I'm not a loser. Why'd you quit the job? No, I can't get along with people. Is this a surprise? Didn't you work with me? You're not getting any better at that? No. That's why God keeps me all alone. All by myself. You can't say that, dude. I take in so much shit with people all the time where I'm like, you can handle this. I handle so much. I can only handle so much. And that's it, too. What are we looking at? This shit's probably going to come crashing down on me. How long can you stick it out? I don't know. Let's challenge myself. Am I supposed to make this work forever? No. I'm going to just challenge myself to see how long I can make it work. That's Kobe. Am I going to beat Kobe at a basketball game? No. You want to play Kobe? Yeah. You know how to play basketball? No, not really. Doesn't matter. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. It's not about winning. I'm going to go fucking smash you. I'm going to talk all kinds of shit, and then I'm going to fall on my face. And you're going to laugh, and then I'm going to take the ball and run across the fucking court, breaking all the rules, and it'll just be fun. I'm not following the rules. We're having fun. I don't give a fuck how you play basketball. You're the pro. You asked to play me, a lunatic. Let's play. Let's play. In the essence, it's like, is this job going to work for me? I mean, it looks a little unstable right now. What am I going to do? Patch it together? Yeah. Just, keep your fucking mouth closed. Stay away from people. Isn't that what I always do? That's what I told him. Just keep me away from people. I can keep the job. If these fucking people don't stop texting me, I'm never going to keep this job. Stop communicating with me. Yes. Sounded like it was going to work, right? That's it. It's like, you're going to stick this relationship out? I mean, fucking chews with his mouth open, bro. And I swear to God, I keep seeing him pick his nose and not wash his hands. I know you got dry nose. It's Colorado. There's boogers. Go in the bathroom and stick some toilet paper up there, dude. I'm watching you fucking pick your nose. And then the next thing I wonder is, when's the last time you clipped your toenails? Nah, bro, I can't do it, bro. Why did you? Because personal hygiene matters. They bother me. I'm not his mother. I don't want to tell him and keep reminding him to clean his ears. That's weird. Why are you so petty? I'm not Tom Petty. Just difficult. It's nothing, that's why I'm single. It's a choice. I fully understand that I'm too much for you and you need to get the fuck away from me right now. You can't make me happy, and I can't make you happy. We just need to stop this right now. That's the tower. I'm gonna keep trying. I'll keep trying, but this isn't working. And that's where it is. I get to a place, this isn't working. I'm out of here. If I can't find a way to make it work, I'm gone. And it's not like I don't try everything before I leave. I'm like, all right, let me try this. Okay, let me try this. Okay, let me try. Okay, nothing's working, God. I'm out of here. It's your problem now. And that's where it is. I give it to God after I've tried enough. I've tried everything. I've tried all kinds of different ways. Have I tried with this job? No, I'm trying. Because, dude, they've did it to me Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today's Monday. I've gotten a message from these people, and a concerning message of irritation, a triggering message every day since I started this job. Really? Yeah, what the fuck they're gonna call me with tomorrow? You better not call me at all. I'll see you on fucking Friday on my shift, bro. What the fuck are you calling me for? I'm just saying. For real? For real? What business does this? What business hires a person and then just keeps calling them every day? Why did you call me after 8 o'clock yesterday? And then text me today to cover someone else's shift. Do you see the lack of professionality? And then I'm a very professional bitch? And that's what it is. What is this? The tower. You know this isn't going to work out. Does it take you that long? I mean, how long does it take you to realize this is some bullshit? And that's where I was trying to explain to Morgan. She's like, no, you just need to make it work. All right, there's a huge plane in my way. I'm going to just hold on until this thing comes crashing down. Which is what? My mouth, my attitude, or just my professionality where I can't work for this? That's what I said. You want me to dumb myself down? Make it work. That's a lot of work, bro. Why do we have to make non-working situations and relationships work? Who told us to make a non-working situation work? Why are we the cleanup team? No, we're the destruction team. Nope, it's an audit. This isn't working. None of the system works. You need to destroy this whole, you need to erase this whole fucking system out of your computer and start fresh. Okay, well, I'm going to leave because I'm telling you right now, this thing's about to come crashing down. The way this is structured is never going to work. And if your front of house doesn't work, then everything behind it is going to fall off. If you can't hold the face of the business up, then you better know the ass is going to fall out too. Really? Yeah. What can I say? Who's choosing the resumes? And then you're like, well, who chose you? I mean, that makes me wonder too. How did I get pulled into this fuckfest? Thanks, God. I didn't even apply to this bullshit. And that's where the truth is. But what am I getting out of it? Again, knowledge. That's not on the surface. That has nothing. I mean, it's about the business, but that stuff about their business can be applied to my business, and that's what makes me impeccable. Is because I have so many layers of experience of running different businesses that I take all these structures and I know, and that is going to college, Business 101. They're all structured the same. We're learning the structures of new businesses and how to run them better. For these people, nope, for our own communities. We're going to run our own businesses. We're going to run them better than these people did. And that's what's going to make us more successful. Because we're going to run them on success, bro. We're not going to tolerate this type shit. It's a level of excellency that we're shooting for. It's like, you know what I mean? You're about to take that offering to God, bro. Don't know. This is what you look like. This is what your offering to God looks like. No, come back here. That's not, you know, he said his best goat, bro. What is that? No, I was saving the good one for me. What are you talking about? God is the good one. You give him the best of what you have so he can give you better. You sacrifice the best for better. And that's what I told her. It's like, I walk away from anything with the understanding that God can do better. Because I know he can. He can do all things. The universe creates to, you know what I mean, creates for us. Based on what we desire. You learn to desire more. You learn to want more. You learn to, you know what I mean, care more. About what? Yourself. Before I would have, you know, I'd have probably kept it together better. I'd have done everything to hold it together. I'm not trying to hold broken situations together. This is built on a fucking... This is 4 days into my new job, and this is the foundation. You can go back and catch the other jobs. This didn't happen at Walmart, but Walmart is a fucking very strong running corporation, bro. They run very strong nationwide, bro. This thing ain't going down. And that's because they have such strong fucking, you know what I mean, implemented procedures onto how to handle everything. And they stick to them. They stick to their book. And what they wrote works. I don't understand why they said that a miniature horse is considered a service animal, and I had to watch a video on how to handle that type of service animal, and it's acting up in Walmart. Never had that situation happen, but I'm trained for it. I watched a training video. I got a star on that one. I know how to handle a person that brings a miniature horse into Walmart and won't clean up after. As far as this, I'm not trained for this. Education. I don't even know what to say. We're right back where we started. Which is like, you gonna keep doing this? I'm gonna try. I'd like to make a couple paychecks, please. I'd like to get something, you know, a little something out of this. That's it. The longer I stay, the more information I get. And that's it. It's like, am I gonna make a career out of this? And that's what I'm trying to say is, how can I see a future with these people the way that it started? And she's like, you're looking for something to be wrong. Excuse me? Everything is wrong about this. No, you just need to be quiet. Excuse me? She's right. She's just caring. She's like, don't fuck this up. You need this. This is good for you. This could be a great opportunity. She's coming from a good place. That's where it's like, people can't make your decisions. They're coming from a good place. They mean it. But if I call Mr. Plum and tell him the truth, he's going to tell me the truth. Oh, I see what you're talking about. And that's it. You know what I mean? He understands. He understands morals. He understands decency. He understands structure. You don't understand that. Because you've never lived by those type of things. Policies, rules, regulations. You know, and it's like, I live by it, and it's like, you're a rule breaker. Unjust ones, bro. There's a reason that they tell you to put your fucking seatbelt on, bro. It's to save your fucking life. You know what I mean? As far as all the other stupid shit they're fucking telling you, that's stupid. That's not worth the fucking brainwaves. Why did they tell you not to fucking go into the kitchen? Did anybody live through COVID? These motherfuckers aren't washing their hands anyways. So now you're reaching into the kitchen of elderly and sick people. You're putting your germs into the fucking kitchen, bro. And they're spreading to whoever comes in there. Not just the staff, but now they're feeding your germs to the people. You shouldn't... And I told you, I quit a fucking job at Denny's watching the district manager reach in and grab some fucking bacon out of a fucking pan and start eating it in front of the place that we cooked. I'm out of here, bro. If you think that behavior is okay, we're all fucked. I'm never gonna eat here again, dude. You do this everywhere you go. This isn't a one-off, bro. You think it's okay to just grab fucking raw food with your raw hands and eat where we cook food for our customers. What the fuck is wrong with you? And you're a district manager? Nobody can be any better than you, and if this is as good as it gets, I'm out. Why do I quit a job? Bad management. Over and over and over. Poor management. What's the most important question that I ask every time I'm being interviewed? Why do people quit this job? What is your turnover rate? What do you find to be the most difficult part about this job that people can't meet the requirements? I ask them, before I get in there, what's going to make me want to quit this job? They never have an answer to that, but I find it out within the first 2 days. Oh, I know why people quit this job. That didn't take long. Now I know why you were fucking hiring. Look at who you've got training. Look at the people. Nobody wants to work with these people. You want to keep someone, get rid of them. If you get rid of them, you might have a full staff. But as long as you keep them, you're not going to have nobody good is going to work here. That's the same thing about your friends and your family and your relationships. As long as you keep inviting good people to meet your shitty-ass family, they're never going to be around you. And that's it. Every person that Russ is introduced to his mom or his family, they're not hanging out with him. We liked you, not them. You're guilty by affiliation. And that goes back to Big Sean. What's going to happen to him? I don't know. Anybody that ever fucking got that close to Russ, they hit the dark night of the soul. He's got a baby mama, a child, and he's at the peak of his career. I think this is really sad for him. And again, this is another motherfucker that I spent weeks telling to get the fuck away from him. Give him back the check. Don't step into his karma. You put your music with his, you've combined your business with his business, you're all about that business. You got his karma now. Same as anybody that works with him. What happened to Will Smith after he did a song with Russ? What happened to Kanye after Russ showed up in London for his debut? Anybody that gets near this guy, bro. Why? It's his energy. I used to think he was actually like harvesting people's energy. I think it's subconsciously. I think he just sucks the joy out of everybody. I don't think he's personally doing it. Not like Wolfman, who's literally trying to use magic, manipulate magic. Russ isn't magical, bro. He doesn't know anything about it. He still hasn't figured out the principles of manifestation. That's why he works so fucking hard. You know what I mean? He's not power. He's powerless. But the power is still within him. And it's magnetizing. What? Negativity, bro. If you come into my space, you're going to be filled with positivity. If you go into his space, you're going to be filled with negativity. It's just an automatic thing. I mean, how did he do his release party? He brought a bunch of people to an open bar, and got them drunk. That's not how we celebrate my success. That's what he did. And that's it. It's like, we're two different, that's the vibe of the person. And you can tell, they're downers, bro. They just bring you down, bro. It's like, did you have a good time hanging out with Russ? No. Guy's an idiot. His friends are stupid. His mom was weird. I don't want to hang out with that guy no more. That's it. What taste did you leave in their mouth? What do they remember about hanging out with you? It's like, does anybody, you know what I mean? It's your vibe. And you don't have one. I told you that. And going back to Big Sean, he's not going to put you on. This song, he went on a full tour with you. And none of the people that bought tickets to his show became your followers. You guys collaborating isn't going to work. The growth is already done. You guys invited both of your fan groups to this show. They didn't mingle. In essence, his fan group saw that you were an ungrateful bitch when you pulled that big old fucking, you did it in multiple shows. His fan group saw that you ain't shit. Why? Because they had to sit through your terrible music. They came to see him and got stuck with you and some girl named Claudia something. Do you think that the Russ, you know what I mean, like, the Russ fans weren't more hyped to see Big Sean than they were Russ? Why would they be hyped? Your album sucked. There was nothing to dance to. It was an introspection, which means what? A trauma album. You sold that for 9 months. You didn't release it till a week before you went on tour when you had already sold as many as you could. And now you're trying to sell us an extended version of the introspection of yourself? And you think Big Sean's going to help you stack up views? No, bro, you're going to take from him. Like you do everyone. Notice the energies, guys, and stand on yours. Hey, I love you. Laters. Bye.